His Royal Highness Alhaji Aliru Hybrid Momo Ikelebe III was installed as the 10th Otaru of Auchi on the 7th of December 1996. Well known for his high integrity, the Otaru is a well-accomplished United Kingdom-trained lawyer and accountant. A devout Muslim, Alhaji Aliru Momo spends a lot of time reading the Quran and the Hadith. Auchi is one of the most urbanized cities in Edo State, nestled among hills, plains, rivulets, and pockets of valleys. Auchi is susceptible to flooding due to its unique topography. Over time, the erosion resulted in large gullies, some of which measured a staggering 35 meters in depth. They destroyed homes, claimed farmlands, and split roads. The Auchi Gully erosion became a major source of worry to the residents of the area. Vivian Okeya visited the erosion site and now takes us through.
We're right here in the Hausa quarters, Usogu area of Auchi, and as you can see, the erosion has affected even this building. This very space is Rabi's, used to be Rabi's room. She said this was her room until it came down. Where you did when your room got down?
Yeah, I did go down. I just hear say you just fall put. Now we from there go outside. Call look, we call say now here for enter the gutter.
This area is a residential area, and this side you have farms. So now the sand that this erosion will carry from here, we want to deposit them in the farm. So we have condemned all the cocoa farms, all the old farms down this way. But they started destroying houses.
Erosion had devastated this community even before my time as the Otaru of Auchi, around 1996. At the time, I was doing sanitation for the successive years, 1996, 97, 98. Every year I go around the town with my chiefs and dados to ensure that people know what to do, clean their houses, clean their environment, and of course their hearts, which is the seat of knowledge and intellect. And at that time, there were splits of erosion development in Auchi. I was jumping across, the gully, as it were, when they were forming, as we were going around Auchi. Everybody was jumping along with me. Some of the people said they cannot do that, they go and pass somewhere else. So we developed into a situation where that was carrying people away, and the properties as well, and the formation of gullies all over.
The people of Auchi did not just sit down and wait for government to fix the erosion problem. They made several efforts to check the devastation. In 2010, the Otaru of Auchi was listed to be conferred with the National Award of Officer of the Order of the Niger, OON. He, however, declined the award because the government of the day had given no attention to the Auchi gullies, despite all pleas for help. Things got to a head when the Otaru personally led a protest to the Auchi-Abuja highway to draw the federal government's attention to the gully erosion problem with a view to elevating the plight of his people, especially those whose houses were on the verge of being submerged by the ravaging gully erosion.
Yes, in 2006, I was forced to join the youths, the Auchi community, who were going to demonstrate. I did that to ensure that nothing goes wrong. Otherwise, anything could have happened, both on the expressway and within the community. You will have some miscreants who would have joined them and start breaking properties and destroy properties and and whatever. One would not have expected what was going to happen, but I said, okay, I'll lead the demonstration. So I led that demonstration because things really went out of hand. and expressway was closed. And I received telephone calls from the presidency, precisely the Vice President Atiku Abubakar. And they promised me that by tomorrow, the following day, engineers will be in Auchi to look into the contract, to the situation. Precisely that happened. We had the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese in Auchi, Bishop Dunia, joining us on that demonstration. And when he was interviewed, he said this area should be declared a disaster area. Paul also had to leave Auchi because their bulldozer was sunk by rain into the gully. So they left. They said, Taro doesn't want them to do this contract. Then they were driven away by the floodings that came. Valerian was given the contract. Valerian didn't do anything. There is nothing on the floor, but the first, I think, tranche was 600 million now. He got the money, we've seen nothing. When they were now inspecting what was on the ground, because World Bank was coming into this situation now, they found that the only thing that was there for anybody to see was the work that we done internally by our engineers, the chairman of the Erosion Committee and his group. The very first day they did that work, it rained. And everything was supposed to have been wiped out, but some of it remained. That was the only heritage of any work done on the erosion for anybody to see. Before the World Bank came and looked into the situation, they came and I released about $9 million now for the Auchi erosion and Ede in Benin. This time was after the election, 2007, and the governor that supposedly was now the governor, this money was released to them. Nobody knows what happened to it. Then when Oshomole got his mandate, he met that this thing happened. So essentially, Auchi erosion is supposed to be, and has always been, federal government project.
Nobody go fit work out here. Nobody. It don't be river. To inside, to here. I was slaughter be that. Now because of this, I take a slaughter go that side.
Una slaughter dey there before?
Slaughter dey there before.
You don't carry the water carrier?
Carry am go that side. Carry am.
Was there any time that people felt that this could be done, or they had resigned?
No. They just believe that every time people will come take pictures, government will come take pictures, so they just believe that it was impossible, totally impossible. A lot of people left this place. Among about maybe 150 buildings were affected, and people ran out of this place. We did a lot of temporary measures to stop it, but that could not work. Because there was a time they brought a company, they tried, they even lost one of their caterpillars here. The erosion took away their caterpillar. So people did a lot of things using bags, using cement, but they did not work. And we lost faith.
We dey fear because of the erosion. This will just be like river everywhere will full. Today, see my store be there back, my caravan be there back for the caravan. So pass here, come and bust here. Even our bag na there, and the very day. Now it bust our back, carry our toilets, rooms where they dey back, fall everything. Even our tenants said that the following morning, now they just pack come out.
But what may you show me the place where those things, your caravan, all those things for come out there?
Now here my caravan been there. When I take the same small provision, when I dey feed my children. So when I just take that loan, that very month when I take the loan of 100,000, I just take buy kids food. The following morning we pass here, enter house because our room, my room be there here. Do this thing. And here my room be there. They thought I got it that side and be true. So rooms and stuff come here, all here. They can't have a come back and forth here. So that very day, We said finish in the night, I come enter house. Just past midnight, that time 1 o'clock, Mama begin to shout. Maybe when I wake up, Erosion don't come. When I wake up, I no fit come. I say Erosion now just enter from our corridor there. Enter say Erosion, come say Erosion full everywhere. Make I enter here. And I come say caravan when I first sell market now enter house. The caravan don't fall enter inside the Erosion. Na rooms when we dey stay, just the Erosion fall like this. The other side, toilet and some rooms still the other side. That whole so na our toilet, bedroom and some other room stores. All the pack things we dey. Even if one room dey there when we dey live first, you go carry that one pata. This upstairs we dey this place. So na the Erosion na carry the upstairs front. See you see am so. When the upstairs some part come fall enter.
So na the back.
This one.
Now here, now you stand take this picture.
Na the first this one.
First of
na
the
the real step this one.
Now here you stand.
Na here, na here it starts so.
Oh, salad now
this
this
road.
picture. Salad.
Salad day. Which year?
That is last year big salad.
Now last year, so now this house for.
No.
Yeah, years ago in the morning, Governor Adam Shomale, the post governor, come on, let go. Yes, I go in more, let go.
We want to promise them that the erosion, which is a major problem in Auchi community, government under us will deal with the problem of Auchi erosion. We will deal with the crisis of erosion in Auchi and in other parts of our state.
To the delight of the long-suffering residents of Auchi, the menace of the Gully erosion in the area is now being permanently tackled by the Edo State government under the initiative of the Comrade Governor Adams Oshomole in partnership with the World Bank.
When I assure His Royal Highness that this will be done, I did so because I know not that we have all the money we need to do all of the things that we desire to do, but we have the will to do everything that we are sure that we need to get done. Today we are here in spite of all the conspiracies at some other quarters to deny us access to the ecology fund from which we could have raised even this sum to get this job done. Like I said elsewhere, even when they gave out 2 billion naira each to some states, they did not give to Edo State. But I'm not lamenting that now, we have moved on. Those they gave the money to have pocketed it. They haven't launched any program that we can see. But we who didn't get it, because although we may be afflicted with poverty of the pocket, but we are relieved by the resourcefulness of our brains. The only poverty that I dread is poverty of ideas and poverty of commitment and poverty of will and passion to do what is right. We are here because we have combined these other attributes to identify what we needed to do, to identify who we need to approach, and how we need to approach them so that today it can become a reality.
We call this the Gully Erosion thing, which is in Auchi. And it's been here now close to almost 40 years. And like you can see, even in this particular area where we are, there are about 4 fingers that we are dealing with. The Shobugie Gully erosion has got about 8 different fingers. I mean, it's dividing the city into almost 8 different. We started here, actual construction work, February 5th, last year. That's 2015 when Mr. Governor flagged off this project. Same day Queen Ede was flagged off. But it took us almost 3 to 4 years of painstaking study to come up with designs that are bankable. And you can see that it's the same approach that we use in Queen Ede that we are also using here. We are not doing 100% reclamation. Like I said, we are reclaiming almost 60% of the degraded area. Again, flexible structures are being used, and also to make sure that this gully is not active, we have a number of sealing basins in the different fingers of the gully put in place. All of these measures are put in place to slow down the velocity of flow, because flood water will continue to come, but we are going to effectively ease it into the river, which is the natural watershed for this. This project is designed to last 2 years. We've just done about a year, and in that 1 year we have covered about 60% of the project. So we are hopeful that we will complete the project not only on design but also on cost.
Now we did our earthwork cleaning and filling. We fill here at Gully 1 more than 30 meters depth here, what you are standing here. So there is fill 25 to 30 meters, and there is another embankment and shaping for the ground after we built our channel. As you're seeing, our channel almost finished for this place. We remain the embankment and the protection for the ground to be achieved by this season. By His grace, we'll do it all. What they compensate the houses, what they compensate initially our client came up. It's for now it's enough to do our job, and we demolish, let we say, more than 85 to 90% from it. When they compensate the houses, we insist that we demolish all the houses. It's very close to our work to avoid any damage for houses, our lives for our workers.
Hello.
Actually, a lot. If you see this place before, to get for now.
Wow. So sorry, I want to look at this. Okay, this one they all have the speed breakers.
Speed breakers will reduce the energy and the velocity for the water for the chute, because the chute is too long. So we need to put some breakers or buffles, like we call it buffles, to break the velocity, the water way, to reduce the velocity for the water, to reduce the energy.
Yeah.
Of Gully here all through to that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So now the water it will flush and came to pass in between these breakers. So it will not go slide directly from the up to down. There is more than 30 meters different by level. So the velocity it will be too high in case we never put these breakers. Now by this breakers, we'll hit this breaker, it will pass between, hit another one till it will reach down.
I see.
That's why it will reduce all the velocity for the water.
I see. Now, is that what that place is going to look? Is that the final?
No, for sure. We still have to build another channel to link these two chutes and make another riprap chute there. There is new design for all the main gully to the river. There is a boulder with channel. We make it in a channel and we treat the edge for the fill. So this one never finished. We still have to arrange it and do something for sure after we finish all the job. After we link and control all the water by the town, we will arrange this one. They're still living there. After now they have a road and drainage and they control everything. I think everybody is happy now. You can ask anybody, you find him here. It's very close to you and you see how the impression
So eventually how is it going to be grass, green?
For sure, all this one it will be slope like there. We are still working. You can see one part we already finished it.
Okay.
And even we grass it. We go from here
Yes, I saw
to that side. We're still grassing there and we are working. All of it will be the same.
Oh, beautiful. This is the worst heat spot of the Auchi Gully Erosion project site. I have paid several visits to this site, and Every time I come here, it still beats my imagination. It is difficult for me to imagine that this spot, and indeed this entire area, was up to 35 meters deep. That's about 100 feet deep. For anyone who didn't live here, who didn't see things the way they were, it is also difficult for them to imagine the amount of reclamation work that has gone on here. This part of the Auchi Gully erosion project has been grassed. This is Gully 2. This grass is usually used to check erosion because of the length of its roots. The leaves grow really tall, but the roots grow even longer. It is used to hold the soil together to prevent erosion when the floods come.
We thank the construction firm and we thank the Edo State government. We don't know anybody exception of Adam Ali Oshomole. So we pray for him. May God let it life better. Any person when he get hand put for this work, may God no let her lack. May God let the family they grow up. We want that they do it for, we they happy. Because for many years we don't see this kind of thing. We are very, very happy in this project. And the message where we want to send is saying, the man, when he initiate this thing, when he be our governor, our papa, God, we no get what we feel given. The only prayer we give him. We tell her, say, Boza, comrade Adamo Shomole. Anything fine for your life, you must get him by the power of Almighty God. So we thank him.
I wish Shomole now, as we know who's here for here now, we thank him well. He tried for us because you know, saying our brother for here, Afema. At least he know our pains. As he take this one help us soon, we thank him well. We thank him and God will bless him. Because I will not be him now. We will not see any other governor wait for quick answer us. As he just can't take this one clean our tears, come up for eyes. We thank him well and God will bless him.
I was once living with a friend here. My best friend used to live here. His name was Kelly Osuma. The man who owned this compound was called Magu Magu. He's late now. And he had a yellow house here with a gate, a very beautiful house, one of the most modern houses in Auchi. This was the boys' quarters. What you now see remaining was the boys' quarters. The main house was here. There was a cold room here because he was a fish dealer. He was dealing of fish. And I used to spend most of my youthful days. The erosion got worse and swallowed the main house, and it took over all the entire area. So this is all a reclaimed area. And as you can see, it's very funny because there were a lot of other houses here which are all gone. What you now have is just the boys' quarters, and it's so amazing to see that this area has once again been reclaimed. Because it's amazing, really. Someone who didn't live, who didn't see this place as it was before, will not know the massive work that is ongoing here. Good morning. Okay, now I tell them, because
I'm hearing where you are.
Okay, I live for this house. When we young, this is a Mago house with this. Okay, so the main house be there here. That remain, okay. They carry the main house. The children are my friends, so
as you are making the story, I was just taking. Highly welcome.
Yes, Nado. How now see this work when they do here so? Now Shumoli dey do am. I hope you understand Shumoli dey do am.
Well, that's what we learned.
Okay, good,
He's trying. He tried for us.
Nado.
I'm going to fear again. Where is the phone? I'm not afraid again. I thank God. You have allowed me to dress a little.
Mama, you're fine. See your booty. You're shining.
The whole road, as you see it now, was non-existent. It was about 20 feet deep. That was here. Also, this building, part of it was inside.
You used to live here?
This is where I grew up as a child. We relocated from Okula to this place in 1967 and lived there. When this problem started, there was a day we were sleeping. All of a sudden, erosion came from nowhere. Our fence collapsed and water came in, got so high in our rooms, and that was our first incident before this whole erosion problem started.
Now, with that in mind, how do you feel? You're here because today. It's really...
Yeah, normally, usually, before this reclamation, whenever it rained, nobody could stay inside. People stood outside watching because with every rain, it was coming closer to every building. While some would go inside with every rain, some remained, but just waiting for the next rains and see if it continues to the house.
I believe that Edo as a whole, Edo State, and besides Nigerians and those World Bank would give him their trust. They believe in his capability, his vision, and his mission. His inspired inspiration, which has brought Edo State out of the doldrum to what we have today, especially in Benin City, where we used to call it a global village. Now it's a global city for excellence, as we can see. And it went through there to every part of Edo State doing infrastructural revolution, which everybody is enjoying. This has nothing to do with Christian or Muslim. This has to do with somebody who is inspired by God. Today is a day that we are now proud of what he had done. Everybody is proud of what he had done. But because of the merit that you earned by your work that you have done, that people commend you for, God raises you above everything that you can think about. Your neighbors, your colleagues, and so forth and so on. So this ending of his tenure, as it were, is the beginning of another race for him, inshallah, by the grace of God.
This is Edo High Street in Auchi. For many decades, when it rained like this, the people were filled with fear. They could not sleep because of the erosion menace. But today, it is raining. And as you can see, everyone is relaxed. They are peaceful. Children are playing outside, and everyone is happy indeed. This is because of the intervention of Comrade Adams Oshomole. Now children, say cheese!